Hi, today is the day to finish up your final writing assignment. So what you're going to need to do, first of all, is click on the classwork section of the final essay assignment page. Go down to the bottom where it says Final Draft. There's something kind of cool about saying final. So if you open this, you have 3 documents on here. Obviously, you will not need all 3. So you need to think about which one you actually need and just open that one. When you are doing this, each document has very specific directions that you need to follow. So I'm going to go through each one. If you aren't doing B or C, then I would just listen to directions for A. Most of you are choosing A, which is the research assignment. So you're going to have to actually follow directions. Let's find them. If you open document A, it says, read this message and then delete it. Start typing your research here, indent paragraphs, and edit well. Compose an introduction paragraph, maybe indicating why you're interested in the topic, and then you could say something like, and I learned much through this topic, and then your actual body paragraphs would be your research questions. Compose a conclusion that wraps up all your research and makes a point about what you learned. This is the big deal. After every single fact or piece of information that you take from a source, whether it's a quote or not, you need a parenthetical reference. You need the actual information and then put the author's last name in parentheses and a period. If there is no author for the source, then you use the first 3 words of the title and quotation marks. Many of your sources didn't have authors, and we've talked about this, so put the fact, put the quote, put whatever, and then quotation marks, first 3 words of your citation, period. If you have questions about that, ask. At the end of your essay, there should be a section called Works Cited. I've put it down here. You're just going to put your actual citations down there. So basically, up in the body of the essay is just the source, just the 1 or 2 word source. Down here is the whole thing. You're going to put them in MLA format, alphabetized by the first word. So if your author's last name is Childress, that comes before Powell. If your citation starts with the letter A, that comes before one that starts with the letter B. We're going to use a hanging indent, and what that would look like. A hanging indent would be like this, and then the next line you indent. So kind of a reverse indent. And then make sure to erase this message before you actually start typing. Go forth. Show your research. If you're doing option B, and you're doing the narrative essay, then I need you to actually copy and paste the writing prompt from the original 6 choices right here. Copy and paste the writing prompt and place it above where it says writing prompt. Italicize, that means highlight and click the I. Italicize the prompt so it sets it apart from your actual essay. And then you need to make your actual essay not indented. If you used research, include a works cited section at the bottom. You don't have to cite it in the actual paragraphs because it's a narrative. Make sure to correctly punctuate and use 2 instances of dialogue in your essay. Make sure your conclusion makes sense of the narrative, shows what was or should have been learned, and makes a point. Please do not use second person like you were and you saw, because it's a narrative. It's not about me. Erase as much as what you read it and start typing here. Copy and paste the prompt and italicize it, and then your actual narrative essay, type it up. Maybe 1 or 2 of you is choosing choice C, which is the graduation reflection essay. So you're going to just type it here, edit like crazy, make sure it reads well, and it's kind of a contest, so ask questions if you need to, but it's your thing. And then you need to submit it so it can be judged. If you have questions or you have a concern, your best bet is to post a class comment on this so I can see it and I can answer it if I'm not in the room. And show what you've learned.